Thank you, Ella. That was beautiful. I know other kids who see your performance today will be really interested in learning more about the theater and what they could be involved in somehow, some way, even if you're not brave enough like you are and courageous and talented enough to get up in front of all of us and sing. So, for our viewers, if you would like more information about the Gettysburg Community Theater, as Chad has said, please visit their website at gettysburgcommunitytheater.org. And for more information about child abuse prevention, trauma therapy, and our support groups for kids and adults, please visit the Adams County Children's Advocacy Center at www.kidsagaincac.org. But most especially, thank you for watching, and remember, let's work together to make our community safe for children and strong for families. And thank you for your support. Bye-bye.
Gettysburg Tours is rated among the best tours in all of Gettysburg, and it's the perfect way to see the battlefield.
Travel the legendary battlefields and the historic town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, with the region's first and finest bus tours. Since 1959, our partnership with the Gettysburg National Military Park has allowed us to provide visitors with a truly unique perspective into the three-day Battle of Gettysburg. The ultimate Gettysburg Battlefield Bus Tour experience puts you on our famous open-air double-decker bus or in the comfort of an air-conditioned coach bus with a professional, licensed battlefield guide. Relive the Battle of Gettysburg as told by the most knowledgeable historic storytellers in the area. Tours last approximately 2 hours. Gettysburg Tours is consistently rated among the best Gettysburg tours available. Book your tour today.
Not tonight. again, sports fans, July 22nd, 2025, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Corey Smith, a beautiful day to talk sports. Welcome.
I'm back.
Yeah. Well, you didn't go too far.
Yeah.
So, gone but not forgotten. The chair was waiting for you to return. Week number 893 of Sports Chat as we count down to 900. You want to do ET or you want to wait? Let the tension mount.
We can let the tension mount a little bit there,
right.
but
Stay tuned, viewers. All right, so I got, you want me to start?
I'll let you take the driver's
All right,
seat.
so
there,
I'm going to go hottest seat in sports. Buyers or sellers? A lot of these teams have to decide what they're going to be. I put in that category, and you might have some you also want to consider. Angels, Royals, Orioles, Reds, Cardinals,
D-backs.
D-backs, that's a good one. Giants, so it seems like they're all in. And the Dodgers are having some trouble.
Cardinals.
I mentioned the
Oh, yeah,
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Like Toronto's turned it around. All of a sudden, maybe I should put the Yankees. They're not going to drop out. They just because they're in New York, they have to go for it. Like the Marlins, are they? I guess they're always sellers.
They're always sellers.
But
yeah.
they've really overachieved. They've had a 10-game winning streak or so. All these teams are streaking. The Brewers had their own. They were tied with the Cubs. So it's going to be interesting. The Tigers had a 6-game losing streak. They still have an 11-game lead.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a 2-week cushion there. I mean, they're not
Nobody
going
took
anywhere.
advantage of that opportunity. All right, so shining stars. I got two guys that we talked about in the All-Star game. By the way, the National League did win. Just to be contrary, you said AL 4-3. I said 12-0. But if you count all those swing-offs, I guess it was, 10-9 or something like that.
So the final score ended up being 7-6.
Yeah, that's,
So, yeah.
they counted just one run winning, and so Schwarber's the MVP. I guess I should put him up there too, because that was the same night as our last show.
Yes.
So we'll put Kyle Schwarber there. He gets the MVP going 0 for 2 in the official
With a
box
walker.
score.
0 for 2 is strikeout.
Yeah, he replaced Ohtani, and but yeah, a little difference pitching against or hitting against a coach as opposed to these guys throwing 100+ miles an hour. But I put Skubal, even though he got lit up a little in the All-Star game, and Skeens. They both had dominant performances in their first start out of the break. So these are. Can you give a guy the Cy Young Award who wins 4 games? Probably not, but
Well,
he's
Steve's
certainly
got the win
deserving.
last night there, so
So now he's 5-8.
5-8 there, yeah.
But Zach Wheeler, 9-3, he didn't get a decision last night, but Phillies had, I don't know if you followed what happened, the first time since 1971 when a game ended on catcher's interference.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it at the time. It was a good call. The catcher impeded the batter from swinging. And they actually went to New York to review it, and the ref said, call is confirmed, game's over. So he didn't give a big speech.
Yeah, I'm surprised that this doesn't happen more often. The last time it happened was 1971, so 55
To end the game, though, but you have to have
seasons,
the bases loaded.
You need
yeah.
the right formula for it to happen, and it did. So it would have been interesting if it was 2 outs, but it was bases loaded with no outs, and that's how the cookie crumbled.
Yeah, it was, you'll take it. The runner the batter gets credit for a base hit and RBI. So Edmundo Sosa was the hero for inducing catcher's interference. So I talked to you about Brady. I might see Brady, Dettenburn. on Thursday because I'm covering Cashtown at Brushtown for the Gettysburg Times. So maybe I'll see him. You want me to ask him if he's available next Tuesday? He might be. He
Yeah.
might be available if they could be done. I think I think it's a best of 3, and then the final series is best of 5. So, who do you got?
Well, my hot seat, I'm actually going to go with the catcher. You know, as you're bringing that up there, I'm going to go with the catcher for the Red Sox, Carlos Nevares.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
he was involved in that play.
Yeah, so Nevares ended the game there, so I'll put him because I was kind of
I think they pronounce it Narvaez. Or something.
Nevares, yeah. So I was kind of struggling because I was like, I couldn't find a hot seat worthy person
yeah,
there. I'll probably get one maybe by the end of the show, another one there, but
And it could be,
yeah.
it could be like the GMs, they have to decide buyers or sellers. They didn't really do
Oh, yeah.
anything wrong, but it's a hot seat of sorts, so.
But you know, going back to your point with the swing off there with Schwarberg, what was your thoughts with the swing off? Because I was not, you know,
I didn't watch it. I turned it off after about the second or third inning. I don't know, and then, of course, I saw some of the replays, and I can understand why they don't want to go extra innings. This is better than the game ending in a tie.
yes.
And, I mean, what was it, 5 years ago, they said now it counts, and the winner of the All-Star game got the host game, got the home field advantage in the World Series. Well, that's kind of hokey.
Yeah, they you know,
Yeah,
now
but, you
it's-
know, the pitchers, you don't have to go 3 batters. I mean, Roberts was out there a lot in the early going, pulling guys in the middle of an inning. So I don't know how many pitchers he used. I didn't see a box score. But, I mean, I can understand why they do it from that point of view. And it certainly was exciting. So the American League only had, 3 home runs and 9 swings? And then,
I
so the
think-
last guy, they had some guy in the on-deck circle for the National League. He didn't even need the bat.
Pete Alonso never swung the
Yeah,
bat
yeah,
there. I mean, the way I look at it is I don't want this to be a regular season thing, which, you know, wouldn't surprise me if this happens in 2028 or something like that down the road.
What's wrong with the Ghost Runner thing is working fine. Yeah, you don't have any 17, 18, 19 inning games anymore.
I think if they're looking at it in the standpoint, if the game is to the 12th, we don't want this to go in the 13th, so now
But
that's.
maybe after 12, go to a swing off.
I think I can see that happening. It's almost like not, I guess you can use this standpoint with hockey. Hockey has, you know, overtime and then,
Shootout.
you know, a shootout or such there. So I can see something it's not apples to apples with football or basketball because, you know, it's not like basketball, you're playing 3-on-3. You know, it's not in football, you're playing 7-on-7. So if you do that, you're not going to do it in the 10th. If you do in the 13th,
Okay, well, who's going to pitch? Are you going to bring the coaches in to lob it up there?
probably,
That doesn't seem fair.
well, if both teams have a, you know,
Batting practice pitcher?
yeah, I don't know.
I think that's,
That's where
tainted.
That's where I'm fine with.
you
the
actually
All-Star.
heard somebody proposing that?
I heard it on the you know, the airlines out there over the days there.
Grapevine?
So, I mean, for me, I'm fine for the All-Star game. It's an expedition game.
Absolutely.
You know, we're not going to go in the extras. So I was fine with that, but I don't want to see it during the regular season. I think it's
No, I think, you know, unless you're going to, well, I guess you could, you know, if you're going to have regular guys pitch, until somebody hits a home run, that could take forever. So
then
maybe it would
you-
be a similar format.
The other
Maybe they have the same, I don't know. I agree. There's too much room for ethical compromise and.
the other thing with it is, you know, if a player is pulled out of the game, could they do a swing off? So is it just your 9 guys that you can pick? So it's
Well, probably because they have to be in the lineup at the time. When they brought Otani back, Alonso and Schwarber, who was the other guy that
well,
went for
the
National?
reason, you know, some of the guys were out of the lineup, but they were still there. You know, Otani, Judge.
They were in the swing off?
They left. They left the game. So that's why
They
they
left the
went.
stadium?
Yeah, they once they were pulled out of the game, they weren't going to play again. They just left. So that's why it was, you didn't have Cal Raleigh, you didn't have the others. You had,
Yeah. He
Brent
had to be
Rooker.
tired, winning home run derby, and has he hit any home runs the second half yet? Cal Raleigh?
I'll look into that.
You can
there,
check it
but-
out. All right, that gives me a chance. We'll come back to ET, ejection tracker. But I want to give a shout out to our current banner sponsors, Adams County Community Foundation, the Adams County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, Destination Gettysburg, Classic Antique Innovations, and Claire Lohman Realtor. We have our newest banner sponsor, UPMC, where you go for life-changing medicine. That's UPMC. We thank you for joining our very good group of banner sponsors. With banner sponsorship, for a mere $80 a month, you get 900 PX by 150 PX banner displayed on our website, recognizing weekly local programming credits right here on channels 12 and 240 YouTube and Facebook, individualized, customized social media shout out, and highlighted in digital quarterly newsletter read by hundreds of subscribers. You and your favorite community event featured in a studio-produced recording for local television and social media. So you get all of that for a mere $80 a month. It's what, $20 a week. It's less than $3 a day. So these businesses realize the importance of supporting community media, especially now in the news, public television, maybe in need of private sponsorship, because government sponsorship might not be there at some point in the future. Fortunately, community media does not really depend on government funding, so that's where you come in, and we appreciate your sponsorship. Okay, go ahead.
Well, Cal Raleigh has 0 home runs over the weekend there, so I guess he is saving up for this week maybe.
Homeritis?
But the ET is at 102, so it was a little blimp. I know the Orioles had 2
Had the
ejections
All-Star
this
game.
past
Yeah.
weekend there, so 102, just a little increase
Yeah,
there.
didn't the O's manager get ejected with 1 out to play in the game or something like that? I guess he's trying to make a point.
It was, I think, the 7th inning or the 6th inning there, so.
Do you, I mean, overall, the home plate umpiring is pretty good. I mean, they call the perfect pitch on the inside, outside corner, low in the zone, which that's hard to hit. So you want pitchers to be able to get rewarded for throwing down
Yep.
there. But it seems that there are always complaints. We got a phone call?
I'll do my shining star.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
get
yeah,
to
go
the-
ahead.
I'm going to go with the Open. Scotty Scheffler, cruising for another 4th major, 2nd of the year, and that
And it's
wraps
what
up
is-
the majors.
How many in a row has he won when he was leading after 54 holes?
He's
10
his,
in a row or something like that?
his
But
percentage
Tigers
is right
is
up there, yeah.
37 or something like that.
A
How's the
crazy
record? So,
stat there with him and Tiger.
yeah.
When Tiger won his first major and his 4th major, it was 1,197 days. Scotty, 1,197 days.
From
So,
to
first
4
major, the fourth-
majors.
yep.
Okay.
So that's just
Well, he really endears himself to the fans. He's very humble and had that little scuffle in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
But the people saw the folly of it. I mean, and he handled it with a lot of aplomb and poise. So, yeah, that's a great pick.
now he's 1 leg away from the Grand Slam, which is the U.S. Open. So if he would do that next year, that will be on his 30th birthday. So how fitting could that be?
Tiger is what, 51? How, is he
He is in that.
going the senior tour? He could.
He could if he wanted to there. So
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do that. I mean,
I don't
that would
think
be
so.
a bitter pill to swallow. All right, so we got a caller?
I think so. And it's
Welcome to Sports Chat. Hello.
throw it in there.
I can't imagine who it is. Are you all right? How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing
Mr. Smith.
You're
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
Smith.
yes.
Well, yeah, by all means, talk to Mr. Smith. First-time caller? How many days till school starts, little fella? You're quitting school at age 10? I don't think they let you do that. Okay. All right, well, what do you have, what's on your mind, sir? First-time caller? You like to talk about races? That's cool, because we have another caller who does the same thing. You don't, what's your favorite track? What did he say?
I'm not too sure on that one.
Well, what do you
Something
got?
about this week.
Who do you got? World of Outlaws, did I get that right?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have some sheriffs standing by, or maybe get some members of ICE out there and take those outlaws into custody. Make sure they're legal. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think they have to worry. But, so what does that entail, World of Outlaws? Do they take on all comers kind of thing? Is it kind of like roller derby on four wheels? What's the whole concept? Pennsylvania Possum? Posse. Okay. Corey, do you know how that works, World of Outlaws?
I'm clueless on this one.
Is there more than one race?
They travel from East Coast to West Coast, east to west, north to south.
North to south,
East to west, north
east
to
to west,
south?
all which directions? It
Sounds like an enigma. All right, what do you got? You have any predictions? Will you be racing against the Outlaws?
Yeah.
What's your number so I can cheer you on?
17.
Car number 17. Okay. You have a,
Corey.
Yes, there, Mr. Robert.
I'm sorry from last week.
Sorry about what?
From me winning against you last week. I won by.
ooh, that hurts.
Well, I had a poor reception last week, so that's why I was,
There had to be some explanation.
yeah, that's why I had the goose egg of 0 points last week. So I was
We knew.
on.
I made
So-
light of it, but I knew it was, you couldn't score. You have to get a few right just by
Yeah,
happenstance.
yeah, just by the raw guess there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Cook,
Yes, sir.
what do we have by points wise for Wayne Grove 2 weeks ago?
Okay. This is for the season?
Yeah.
All right, who's in first place?
Well, I'm going to go this week.
What?
I'm going to give you the top 5.
All right.
Top 5.
Top 5, okay. Well, why don't we go from, you want to go 5 to 1 or 1 to 5 as opposed to random?
Neither.
Well, there were 3 choices, so you can't really, none of the above?
Number 2.
All right, okay. Who's number 2?
Fast Betty Raymer.
Fast Freddie Raymer, I got it.
Number 4, TJ Sutton.
TJ Stutz?
Stutz, yeah, I think. Yeah.
Stutz, okay. Go ahead.
Number 3, Lance Louise.
Okay. Familiar name?
Number 1,
Troy Wagaman? Okay.
And number 5, Justin Whittle.
Justin Whittle, trying to whittle away the deficit and maybe move up to number 4. So will all these guys be taking on the Outlaws?
Yes, they will.
All right, well, Troy Wagaman, Scott Meckley writes for the Gettysburg Times, and he features these different drivers. I think he had a feature on Troy Wagaman. So I can't tell you what day it's in, but sometimes there's good race coverage in the Gettysburg Times sports page.
Hey, Mr. Cook,
Yes, sir.
and guess where Danny Dietrich is?
Where?
He's number 7.
Number 7.
Okay, well, maybe, he gets around a lot, so I'm sure there are times where you have to choose between one race or another. Isn't that likely? Like Port Royal and Lincoln and all these different places. They could run at the same time if they're not that close to each other.
That's my thinking on the
Yeah, I
matter.
mean, Danny Dietrich certainly, that might be, I'm not making excuses for him, I'm just offering one possible explanation, because seems to win a lot, so, anyway. Your Houston Astros coming down to earth a tad. Seattle got hot coming out of the break, even without Cam Raleigh homering. What do you see? You see the Astros hanging on, or what do you see happening in the West?
I think
I
the
think they're hanging on.
yeah, I agree with that. I
Okay.
think they're going to win that division, even with I'm getting the
You think they are?
yeah. I think the Astros are going to win that division.
okay.
They're just the
The
way that
starting pitching and having Hader at the back end.
right now the Astros are up 5 to Seattle Rangers, 7.5, and then the other 2 are just to the wayside there. But
How about Jacob deGrom for comeback player of the year? Hasn't he had a pretty good
yeah, I'm
season?
just going through my
Some
mind
really
right
good
now,
starts,
and
I know, went deep into games, and
who else could
Shutting people
be
down.
right up there? I
they have one in each, I guess they have one in each league.
NL, AL, yeah.
So that'd be the AL. I mean,
Yeah, it's
sometimes they give it to people that are hurt and come back from injury, like Ronald Acuna. What about his brother? I thought his brother was on the Mets.
he hasn't really been doing too much there.
Okay, so he
he
hasn't
got
been
sent
playing.
down to AAA and
Okay.
then up and down there. So
Oh, yeah, I think there was a AAA game on today. Phillies signed Robertson, and he's had some good seasons for him. They need bullpen help, definitely, so maybe that'll be the start of getting it together, David Robertson. Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Hey, Mr. Cook,
Yeah, sir.
okay, I'm going to say this now as it is. Broncos over the Titans. Okay.
Wait a minute. Who's beating the Titans?
The Broncos.
Is this the Hall of Fame game? Or week 1?
This is week 2.
Okay, because the Hall of
Week 1.
yeah,
Week
he's talking
1.
about week 1.
All right, I wrote it down. We'll see. That's not for
Another
like
month
6
plus,
weeks or
yeah.
something. A lot of them are in camp already. Any stories coming out of preseason camp, NFL?
Just
Any big injuries? You
just
always-
a couple of Terry McLaurin is holding out. He wants
Still.
a deal. Same with Trey Hendrickson. He's holding out as well. So it's just a
Well,
matter.
how about the president suggesting that they go back to Redskins,
Same with the Cleveland with the
the Indians?
Indians, and the
I guess it's
Indians,
because it doesn't meet it's too much like DEI.
and then the Indians basically said, or the Guardians, I meant,
Yeah.
is they are focused on
They've
their
been Guardians for
season
4
and
years.
that
They
there,
got
so-
their own following, their own identity. And I can't imagine the Commanders going, I mean, I know there are a lot of fans that would like to see that, but,
Mr. Cook,
yes, sir.
I'm not saying this now. I hope we're good friends after this day.
August the 5th, yeah, 2 weeks from now.
No, October 5th.
Oh, I thought you said, yeah.
Okay. What about it?
Broncos against the Eagles.
And the Eagles will win by how many?
Oh, no, I think it's going to be 3.
What?
3 points for the Eagles.
So what's your predicted score?
Yeah.
35-10?
42. 13.
The Broncos are only going to score 13 points?
No, the Eagles.
Oh, you traitor. Oh, man, I thought you were my friend.
That's too far away to make a prediction in my.
Yeah, I
my-
mean, we'll
my
still
book,
have the
yeah.
paper here somewhere. We'll be able to find it. Broncos over Eagles. Okay, Eagles, I think, have the toughest schedule in the league. That's usually what they do to the
That's
Super
what
Bowl
happens
winner.
to teams that make the Super Bowl and playoffs, and you're playing your division winners and all that there. So
They call it the Super Bowl hangover. They hit the banquet circuit a little too hard and lose sight of their training. I mean, the years go by pretty quickly. Yes, sir.
I'm going to say the Broncos will be up and top this year.
What, you say the Broncos are going to be Super Bowl champions?
I'm going to say they're going to be in the Super Bowl.
They're going to be in the Super Bowl. I'm writing this down. If that comes to fruition, man, I'll shake your hand.
I'm shaking.
Virtually. Okay. Super Bowl. All right. What else you got?
So I'm saying the Broncos will have 13 wins,
Oh, boy.
wow.
13-4,
13-4.
and then they're going to win it all. No, they'll be in the Super Bowl, where they'll lose to Eagles in the rematch. Is that what you're predicting?
No.
Okay, I thought you could salvage our friendship, but I don't see it happening. Okay. I'm writing all this down, so,
We do it.
all right, so you like the Broncos and the Houston Astros. Do you have any basketball teams, pro or college, or hockey? Any other teams you follow?
Not necessarily.
Well, who's your favorite race car driver? Do you have a favorite?
Corey Smith.
Well, I'm not a race car driver, so that's.
No, not your favorite
Yeah.
person, your favorite driver. Well, you have
I mean, I
driver's
drive
license.
a car. Yeah, I drive.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. We'll just leave it at that. It
Yeah.
Speaks for itself. All right. Are we good? You got anything else?
So how's the EA?
The ET is 102. Notable with that ejection was Justin Verlander having an awful season this year. Still hasn't.
He hasn't, I mean, compared to the modern ERA, is what, over 4, but.
Yeah, he has 0
Yeah.
wins and just
But
having
he's
a
like
bad
0-8.
season.
He's winless in 17 consecutive starts or something like that.
But he got ejected over the weekend, and that's his first ejection since 2019.
Balls and strikes.
Balls and strikes.
Are we going to see, I mean, they use the robotic umpire
ABS there, yeah.
in the All-Star game, which is another example of a great experiment. Will we have it in the major leagues as soon as next year?
There's talks, rumblings,
Why not?
whispers.
I thought the appeals were handled quickly and without a lot of fanfare. And that it's for the integrity of the game. I mean, some umps are off by the width of 2 or 3 baseballs.
Or 3. Yes, yeah.
But, I mean, it's hard with all the stuff, the spin rate, all these guys throwing 103 miles an hour. I wouldn't want to be a home plate umpire. But they still got to be back there to call plays at the plate and catcher's interference, for example.
Yes, yeah. We don't see it too often.
Yes,
but
sir.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, though, by the way.
Go ahead.
So what is the rule about throwing your helmet down at the mound? So what is the penalty for that?
If you throw it on your hat,
I think he said if you throw your helmet at the pitcher mount, what's the penalty?
You might get a suspension.
That's a ejection and
I don't know if they adjust
fine
the
and-
count or, it doesn't really result in any offensive advantage. It's disciplinary, probably.
yeah, you're ejected, fine, and suspended. You get the trifecta.
Yeah, right.
But
Have you ever-
that's what you're suspended for.
Have you ever seen that? Did somebody throw a helmet at a pitcher?
I have not heard of late. I'm sure it has happened numerous times over the years, but
Well, there is an unwritten rule, and guys understand it, that if you hit if somebody hits your star, you might hit their star.
mm-hmm.
Like, part of the game. I mean, it rarely results in a brouhaha. People just chalk it up to,
It's baseball.
yeah.
Speaking about baseball, how about the Brew Crew? The Brew Crew are
10 in a
on
row?
a 11-game winning
11?
streak. They
Oh,
won
my.
last night, and now are up 1 game to the Cubs in the Central. There was weeks ago where I just wrote off the Cubs to win that division. They were up by 6-7, and now they are chasing down the Brewers.
Hey,
so,
their manager of the year candidate for sure.
Mhm.
Everybody thought they lose counsel, but they've been, I don't know the guy's name,
Yeah,
but they've been consistently good.
you look at the last 47 games, the Brewers are 35-12. They are the first team in the National League to get 60 wins. So you look
Yeah.
at how impressive that is. And
Reese Hoskins, former Philly, is having a pretty good year, I think.
since coming off the IL, Brandon Woodruff, his ERA is 165 with 23 strikeouts, with these 3 starts. So, I mean, he's been pitching phenomenal. I think it's going to be a 2-horse race to the very end there. And you see teams that...
The Reds would have to get really hot, but yeah, they're pretty far back right now.
Yeah, we see this all the time where a team comes off the break from the All-Star break and just catches fire and, lightning in a bottle. Not to say, they weren't playing good baseball prior, but, they're 16-40. They got 62 games left of the season, but, they are playing the great baseball right now.
Yeah.
And
We talked about the Red Sox. They didn't want to have the break for the All-Star game, and now they're, I think, 1-3 coming out of the break, something like that.
so, you look at the other divisions, I'm not going to write out the Yankees in the AL East. They're 4 games back, but if they would get swept, they're 6 games back, which, the games are getting
What,
smaller and
Blue
smaller.
Jays are playing the Yankees, and they won last night?
They won last night. Kevin Gausman went 7 innings, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. So he pitched very, very well as an ace.
Solid. Over the years.
Hey, Corey,
Yes.
what do you think about the Rays?
The Rays, I mean, they're on a 2-game losing streak there. They're kind of not
Streaky.
on all the cylinders right now. They're chasing down the Red Sox. In that wild card hunt,
Even the Angels aren't out of it.
the Angels are 4 games back. I would go all the way up until the Twins. They're 5 games back to that 3rd wild card spot. And Seattle and Boston are tied basically by percentage points. And then you got Tampa Bay, that's a game and a half back. The Rangers 2.5, Guardians 3.5, Angels 4, Royals 4.5, and the Twins are 5. So you get all those teams, and I always say
I'm putting the Guardians and the Twins on that list. Buyers or sellers?
I think they're right. You could be buyers and sellers in the same motion there. So it's really going to depend on what happens over the next 5 games, 5 days, and all that there. So because once you are in August 1st, the only way you can make a move is if someone's designated for assignment, or you just
Injury.
injury and all that there. But there's no more trades. So with these teams, it's can they make a run? I looked at the Orioles, being 10 games under 500. There's many times when they look like, they're on
You're
the
going
right
to turn the corner, right? I
on
mean,
the
get your
right
hopes up
step.
a little bit.
And then they lost the series to the Marlins to go to the All-Star break, and they they took the doubleheader with the Mets, and it's like, all right, can they go to the All-Star break 5 games under 500? And that didn't happen. So I see them selling pieces away.
They got, though, their young core, aren't they? Don't they have maybe 3 untouchables? What do you think? Henderson?
Yeah, I think Henderson, Holiday, and then you can,
Rutschman?
Rutschman, I mean, he's hurt. I mean, you weren't going to trade him anyway, but
Right.
that's, your 3 pieces right there. And then,
Westberg, maybe?
Westberg, it's just a matter of, I don't see them trading Cowser. I think the ones that they would trade is their pitching. I think Morton gets traded.
O'Hearn?
Or
To
Hearn.
get somebody for him? Yeah, yo.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say this now. Put this down in your book. Okay? I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Blue Jays, Yankees, and Rays.
All make the playoffs?
Big playoff.
Okay.
Could easily happen.
Yeah, it's not a far fetch there.
I mean, the Rays have a couple of home run hitters, which they don't always have. I mean, they seem like they always have decent pitching. It's going to come down to pitching. Everybody needs pitching. That's why Rich Hill, age 45, you got to start today for the Royals.
Yep,
Or is it tonight coming up?
That'll be his 12th team in his
I read
career.
14th.
Maybe
Well, I
it's-
don't. I won't get.
Oh, no, you're good.
I mean, it's but however you slice it, he's played for almost half the teams in the league.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
And I'm looking at my crystal ball now. I'm gonna say them in Tigers, the Royals, the Twinkies.
Are going to do what?
They're gonna be in the playoff.
Oh, okay. So the Tigers would win the Central. And who else did you say?
he's got the
The Royals and Twinkies.
It can't happen.
yeah.
I mean,
I hate
it
to burst
just,
the bubble, but yeah, that can't.
okay,
happen.
because there are only 3 wild cards. So out of the Blue Jays, Yankees, and Rays,
There's 2
you
right
get
there.
2 wild cards.
And then you have 2
3.
Right there, yeah.
Well, I guess you could have it, but
You
there are
don't
only
have,
3 wild cards, so
'cause you don't have the.
you have to win your division. These 3 are all in the same division. You're only going to get 1 out of there. You're only going to get 1 out of there, and then
the
up to 3.
AL West.
Yeah, AL West, and then you're going to have 3 more. But anyway, I wrote it down. We'll see. You know more than I do, so.
Right now, it's too close to tell who's gonna get it though.
No, absolutely. That's what we're talking about. The trade deadline's 8 days away, 9 days away. I guess what is it, 30th or the
31st this year,
It's
yeah.
always been the last day of July. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, we haven't heard the end of it.
We're just beginning basically there, yeah.
You follow the NBA at all, the Las Vegas games?
Yeah, the Charlotte Hornets won the
They won the league?
summer league, yeah.
Who's on that team?
Against the Sacramento Kings.
They have
It was the fourth
Kneppel, the guy from Duke, was he on the team?
21 points that he scored in the championship game there.
Wow,
Yeah.
impressive. And I know Cooper Flagg played for the Mavericks, so
Played 2 games, but
that
not,
was
not
it.
too much.
Eh,
there,
they
yeah.
saw enough.
Speaking with Rich Hill, the teams that Rich Hill has played for, the Red Sox, Dodgers, Cubs, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Rays, Orioles, Yankees, Oakland, Mets, Padres, Twins, Angels, and Kansas City. So 14. 14, so 14 in a 12-year span, that's what it was.
Okay, 14, he's 45 years old. Well,
Or
he's a lefty,
20.
and he has a good curveball,
Yeah.
so, I mean, I remember when Jamie Moyer for the Phillies, how old was he when he finally retired?
44, 45,
His fastball was
80-some.
85, maybe, 83. So now, I don't know if somebody like that could even make it. But how about Charlie Morton, Dr. Hook?
So we have, I guess, what?
He's 40, 41?
Four,
He's been pitching better lately.
yeah.
Somebody might pick him up for if they're sellers, somebody probably rent him.
That's what I was saying
Get a
about
few
the
starts.
Orioles, where I can see them trading, Eflin, Morin,
Is
even.
Eflin healthy?
He just got back from
Okay.
the IL.
He's never
so-
really stays healthy for too long.
And then you look at, maybe Ryan O'Hearn, and then there's rumors about Bautista, maybe being dealt as well, to get a, prospect and all that
Mm-hmm.
there. So, I see them being full-fledged, selling, with contracts expiring and see what happens.
How are those ex-Phillies doing in the bullpen? Sir Anthony Dominguez?
Not too well. you
They
know.
probably don't want him back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
who's the other guy? They got the lefty,
Sir Anthony, and then they got, it was Sir Anthony.
the kid from Detroit. I think they got him. The Phillies got him.
But it works sometimes. and
Soto? I
Yeah,
don't
Soto, yeah. Sir Anthony and Soto.
Yeah.
They have their ups and downs, but see what happens there.
I
But
just remember, sometimes you really blow some trades. I remember, this is a few years ago, Pivetta he made his major league debut with the Phillies, and they traded him to Boston for 2 meatball relievers. And now, Pivetta's developed into a number 2, number 3
good
starter for
caliber,
the Padres.
2-3. Yeah, I would say 2-3 in the rotation there.
The Padres, I guess they're definitely buyers. They're second behind the Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, well, we're almost out of time. Anything else we need to cover? Did you watch golf? I think I saw the end where he was up by 4 strokes, and so everybody else had a hole to play, but you can't get a negative score in golf. So I guess that's how he clinched it. So
Yep. I mean, that was the shining star, and
yeah,
I
there's no greater honor.
will. The other thoughts that I have is Chris Paul is coming back to the Clippers, 21st season. So see how that goes.
They have a pretty solid second unit of experienced players, and they got Brooke Lopez and I forget who else they have, but names that you would recognize as having played a long time in the NBA. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Other than that, that's all I got
Okay.
for episode 892 as we
893.
893. So we're slow. It seems like September
Oh, yeah.
is going to be when we hit 900. So
Well, and like you said, we're only a month away from our first football game. We're good to go. New Oxford hosts Bermudian, so that'll be a dandy. I'm not going to be here next week, or at a minimum the week after. Going on vacation. I'll tell you all about it when I return. I guess we'll be in Paris at one point. I might swim in the Seine. I don't know. I have to look at it first and figure out how I would get out. But that'd be a cool thing. I swam in the Seine.
yeah.
We'll see. All right. Well, listen, Jordan not here tonight. Sean, Garrett doing it all as usual. Trivia in about 15 minutes or so. Stay tuned. You'll be competing tonight.
That's my plan. I got good reception tonight.
Okay.
Good, yeah.
The greatest minds in the universe. Stay tuned. Good night, everybody. See you next Tuesday and every Tuesday here on Sports Chat. Good night. Mahalo.
started out as a good idea, was not very clear. Now pack, move, and cry in sadness